as our students walk to their seats.
Welcome parents, family members, and friends to 8th grade continuation for the class of 2023, 2019 from 8th grade, 2023 from high school. We'll be hearing that song again in a few short years. I just want to say a few words and then make some introductions, and we will celebrate with our students as we send them on to the high school. So the first thing I want to remind you guys of, and you've already heard this a lot, work hard, be kind, achieve, right? But it should have a little bit different meaning now. Because at the high school level, and in your life now, the responsibility level has risen. So we've watched you come in, actually I've seen you guys come from 2nd grade, I believe, all the way through 8th grade. and watched you grow. So I want you to look out at all of the families that are here to support you, all of the friends, and realize that these are the people that are going to take you through your next 4 years also, and that are going to celebrate with you the good times and support you through the hard times. So work hard. I want to remind you that the harder that you work, actually, the bigger the payoff. The more that you put into something, the more that you receive. And so as you walk out today and prepare yourself for your high school years, think about what it is that you're going to put in so that you get the most out of it. Be kind. When we're thinking of others, we aren't thinking about our own challenge, our own pain, our own suffering. So the more you put yourself outside of yourself and empathize with others, the more joy you are going to feel. So be aware of that as you see people going through struggles, as you go through struggles. The way to get through them is to find somebody else in need and be there for them. There's a story that goes with working hard. There's a farmer, and his horse runs away. Everybody in the community says, "Oh, that's such bad luck." And he says, "Who can decide what's good luck and what's bad luck?" And then the horse returns, and it returns with a wild stallion. So now he has 2 horses, and everybody says, "Oh, what great luck." And he says, "Who can decide what's good luck and what's bad luck?" And then his son gets on the wild stallion to train the horse, and he falls off and breaks his leg. And everybody says what? What terrible bad luck. And then his son gets drafted but can't go into the war because of his broken leg. And everybody says, what good luck. So the thing is, the moral behind that story is we don't know what good luck and what bad luck is. We all have our journey. And we have things that might feel really bad at certain times that are leading us to something really good. And that's how we need to look at it, is what opportunity lies ahead. This is really hard, and I know that once I get through this, something good is coming. So remind yourself that, remind each other that, remind your family that. Because sometimes through this separation, because as you're moving through high school, is a time where you're separating from your family. And that's important. It's part of your development. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard on the families. It's going to be hard on you. But it's also going to be so joyful because you're becoming a person, a human being, an adult. And as you become that person, you're creating your own beliefs and you're deciding what you care about and what matters most to you. And you're working for that. So be patient with your families because they're gonna say, like, do it my way. And you're gonna say, wait, I have my own ways. And that's part of it. But also listen and remember that it all comes from this foundation of love. The last thing is achievement. So attending the high school scholarship night, there were students that were receiving scholarships who, one of the scholarships that I got to present was for a student whose family, she had to leave her family to come to America to get an education. And the sacrifices that she made for her education and that her family made for her to have an education were incredible to me. And I think sometimes those of us who haven't had to work as hard just take it for granted. We just think, I have to go to school. But just know that that's a gift, that we actually have this gift to be able to be educated because education provides opportunity and that opportunity will be opening doors for you in your future. So take advantage of every teacher that's on your case. Take advantage of every assignment that seems hard. And then celebrate with yourself when you meet those accomplishments. Because you will achieve more the harder you work and if you take advantage of your opportunities and appreciate them. So I would like to now give you guys a chance to applaud your parents for all the hard work they put in so far. From DeSalt High School and his head students to the podium.
saleswoman. I think one of the things that she talked about is this idea of taking responsibility. And one of the things that I think our 3 head students represent so well is the incredible strengths that they all have in different ways. They're great scholars, athletes, they are actors, they are singers, they care, at the bottom of it all, they care for community. And I think there's one thing that is so important for all of you, the class of 2023, to think about, is how do you take responsibility for your learning, how do you take responsibility for your relationships with your peers, and your relationships with your teachers. There's one common denominator that each of these 3 young men represents as our head students, and that is the great care and respect that they have for our Basalt community. They exemplify the spirit of diversity and oneness and caring for each other. So with that, I want to introduce Daniel Sherry, James Glazier, and Ben Williams. Thank you.
Good evening, class of 2023. I'm Ben, this is James, and that's Daniel. And we're your head students for next year, and we'd just like to introduce ourselves. I've gone to Basalt since kindergarten, and in fact, my dad graduated from Basalt High School. I'm a track and field athlete that competed at the state meet this year, and I also participate in chamber choir. And I think it's important for me to get to know you guys because you're the future of the school.
My name is James. I'm currently 17, and I've been going to Basalt since 2nd grade. I've lived in Colorado my whole life, and on my free time, I like to go on runs and watch scary movies with my friends. My favorite memory from middle school was springtime with all my friends in Miss Goodman's 7th grade science class. And what I like most about high school is being able to challenge myself in a place where I know I can succeed.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm also 17, and I've been in Basalt my whole life. I play football, I'm in the band, I'm in the choir, and this summer I'm really looking forward to play golf and go to Africa. The most important thing that I've learned from high school is that it's okay to have different interests from your friends. You should not be afraid to be yourself.
So before we leave, we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about freshman orientation. The orientation will be August 15th at 9 a.m. And it's a time for you to get to know your new crew and a little bit about the high school. This will include an assembly and an overnight HUD trip. All of you guys are expected to come, and your student mentors will be in touch with you guys throughout the summer for more details.
Alright, thank you for letting us introduce ourselves, and we can't wait to get to know all of you next year. We hope you're prepared and excited to take on high school. And please know that all 3 of us are going to be there the whole time supporting you. We've all gone through exactly what you're going through, so please always feel free to reach out to us.
Congratulations on finishing middle school, and welcome to a new chapter of your life. Good night and have a wonderful summer.
Mr. Wyatt, of course, I grabbed going back on this long. That's Mr. Wyatt.
Jake Allen.
And we're going to be announcing the Memorial Run results. For our Memorial Run, it's a memorial for Kate Keenan, and it's also a way for us to show how these kids continue from middle school and run up to the high school. And it's just a great way for them to symbolize continuation. I'll be giving the male results.
I'll be giving female.
For the male results this year, this kiddo is quite the live wire. I love them all the same, with a staggering time of 5 minutes, 43 seconds. Glad drive.
Our female winner was one of our track all-stars, Caitlin Bailey, who finished with a time of 5:57.
Best Longhorn Awards with Melissa Goodman and Caitlin Foster.
This one? All right. Okay, I'm a little nervous. So there's a quote on the wall in my classroom from the poet Maya Angelou. It says, "Be a rainbow in someone else's cloud." It is simple, and it was the first thing I thought of when I was given the honor to present one of the Longhorn Pride Awards to this individual. When asked to elaborate on the quote, Dr. Angelou recalls the numerous people she has encountered in her life who have brightened her days. She says, "I have had so many clouds, and I have had so many rainbows. When faced with challenging situations," she says, "I bring everyone who has ever been kind to me with me, and they may not look like you, or eat the same dishes prepared the way you do, or dance your dance, but they are a blessing to somebody." From what her classmates said about her, this student has brightened a lot of days this year. When facing the challenges of high school and beyond, her peers will remember her sweet smile, her eagerness to make everyone feel included, and the compassion she shows 100% of the time. In the words of one 8th grader, she is very smart, works hard and studies. She demonstrates teamwork because she works well with everyone and includes people in activities. She is a friend to all because she is nice to everyone and is always there to help and in a good mood. Another said, "She is super nice and makes everyone laugh. She tries to include everyone and make them feel welcome." One commented, "She shows enthusiasm during class and is always nice to her peers." And my favorite, although this is not the last one, what my favorite very simply said, "She is wonderful." The first Longhorn Pride Award of 2019 goes to Angeline Yetla. Shine on the faces of all who are lucky enough to know you.
Hello? Is this one louder? Okay. I get to announce the second winner, sorry. Okay, whether you're 14 or 40, life can be tough. Worrying about paying the mortgage, getting new tires in the car, or whether that girl you really want to ask to the dance is going to go. Life can be tough. The person who I'm speaking of, he doesn't let these days weigh hard on him or heavy on him. The student who I'd like to present one of the Longhorn Pride Awards to is a student that is in fact a shining light on others' dark days. He is the student who is compassionate to all around him. Much like one of his fellow students said, he takes the time from his day to make other people's day. His selflessness is ever present in and out of the classroom. It's apparent to both teachers and classmates alike. His closest friends recognize that he's a true friend, someone who will remain by your side through thick and thin. He has the kind of heart that truly cares for all the people around him. Truly cares. You can often hear his heavy laughter down the hallways, or intensifying as it enters a room. It just lightens the room that he enters. And as if that wasn't enough, be prepared for a loving hug that will warm you to the soul. The compassion and enthusiasm of this student he possesses is unlike any other. Teachers and administrators see beyond his kindness, and we see the hardworking student that he is. He puts in study time, comes up in to meet for teachers if he needs help, and he's always learning from his mistakes. He is beyond helpful. Even last Friday, take example, after the last bell, all the kids took off, but this student did not. He remained to help the teachers set up for graduation. The student I'm speaking of is Jonathan Beho. We would now like to say congratulations to the class of 2023. So would Jane Douglas and Caitlin Mulroy please come up here?
Now we're going to acknowledge the future class of 2023. And if you could please hold your applause until each row returns. That'll be the best. Thank you. Amelia Allen. Alexi Alvarez. Kevmajli Alvarez. Jamie Mandel. Vlad Andrade. Jalen Archibald. Alexi Argueta. Catherine Ayala Arias. Ashley Aspetia. Eileen Babanoyaba Vasquez. Peyton Burrell. Ashley Berrigan. Evelyn Becker. Trevin Beckman. Peyton Billison. Judan Briceño Diaz.
Congratulations to Bella Britt. Vanessa Bryant. Paola Calderon. Jesus Camunes Gonzalez. Juliana Carpenter. Tammy Cedillos. Giselle Contreras Andrade. Cooper Crawford. Cooper Cunningham. Pilar Curiel Salcedo. Sebastian Del Cid. Yvette Del Cid
Geyser. Ruben Gomez. Larissa Gomez Perez. Jose Gomez Rivas. Tamara Gonzalez. Triana Gonzalez. Ryan Gonzalez Guzman. Jefferson Guevara Guzman. Amelie Galanta. Ella Gutierrez. Ruby Hayden. Grace Harrington.
Congratulations to Megan Key, Delaney Enriquez, Noe Herrera, Ben Hipona, Sophie Hobson, Connor Hoffman, Sophia Hoffman, Annalyn Hoffner, Emma Jeffries, Karime Jimenez, Miles Johnson, Karen Corrado Gomez, Will Keating, Catherine Koch, Trinity Kostrova, Ella Leahy, Ava Lane, Ingrid Lazo Argueta, Stephanie Leibinger, all right, round of applause.
Congratulations to Avery Lemmer. Sarah Levy. Isa Rand Slim. Benjamin Livangelli. Thomas Lizotte. Levi Logan. Beverly Lopez. Garcia. Areem Nayeli Membreno. Jackie Membreno. Jesse Menendez. Let's give it a
Congratulations to Katie Brass. Bo Mavois. Natalia Monteroso. Brian Moscoso Herrera. Jennifer Munoz. Brianna Emma Narby. Matthew Nelson. Noe Nare. Angelique Miegla. Ava Northrup. Hunter Ogre. Wheeler Padgett. Kaden Pastore. Jenna Powersmith. Delaney Prosser. Jack Rafe. Luke Rappaport. All right, let's all give them a round of applause.
Jim Raleigh. Barbara Rodriguez. Gianna Rogers. Quinn Rooney. Ricardo Sanchez Gonzalez. Jacqueline Sanchez Reyes. Fisher Scott. Jet Shaw. Kimberly Sosa. Zani Stump. Ivan Torres Godinez. Jose Torres Hernandez.
Congratulations to Natalie Barella. Jonathan Vito Orlando Villalobos Zaragoza. Harrison White. Christopher Wicker Olson. Makai Bionde. Alex Zavala Ariano. Jonathan Zelaya Pineda.
And now I'd like to introduce, in his last year, Assistant Principal Mr. Ty Hayden.
Wow, what a great group of awesome people I've got to work with. And these last 4 years, you guys have been awesome. I really appreciate it. But I really want to give a round of applause to our teachers at Basalt Middle School who do a tremendous job with the dedication and caring of our students. So a round of applause. I can sit up here for hours and tell you how prepared your students are for high school and the world, but I think what they're really prepared for, they're prepared to dance and party tonight. I will let them do that at this time. So at this time, front row, please stand up, and everyone please stay seated, and we will go ahead and exit the auditorium at this point.